Man, they're looking pretty good, right? Thriving. Offense is at the best we've ever seen it, or we've seen it in quite some time. Best in the NBA, arguably, right? And then we get this news about Malcolm Brogdon, who's, well, first of all, he was unable to finish Wednesday night's game, didn't play in the second half. And where's your level of concern? Let's start with you, Max.
Well, I think that was the one concern that I've always heard about Malcolm Brogdon.
That's what comes
with the fact that
comes with the package.
He's often been injured.
Right.
And I've said this before, and it's really so strange. When this team played Philadelphia, the Celtics played Philadelphia, I was walking down the hall and I was quoting Doc Rivers. And as I walk down the hall, Doc Rivers comes around the corner and hears me. He go, "What?" Yeah. And I was using his line. Doc Rivers always said, "Your best ability is your availability."
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the things you look at. And he's been, there are a lot of times he's been hurt. Hopefully this is just a strain and it won't anything. But man, are we watching Tatum and Brown just grow to another level? I thought we were seeing Tatum last year had grown in the sub. But this year, this is what's scary about Tatum. This year, he's a better defender.
Yeah.
He's a much better defender this year.
I wasn't sure if he could become the best player in the league because you look at Giannis, you look at Kevin Durant, you look at Jokic, you see these guys winning MVPs, and they're touching every part of the game. We knew Tatum could score. We knew he could take over games with his shot. But seeing him rebound like he has, defend at the highest level,
blocking
guys
shots
up, blocking shots off the backboard, scoring easily and getting off the ball and scoring from different positions on the floor, I'm a believer. This guy could be the best player in the NBA at this point. And I think we're already seeing him early this season get to that level. So Brogdon or not, Joe Mazzulla, Ime Udoka, he's gonna be there because I think he knows what it takes now getting to the finals. And I've talked to him about this. Like,
Bob's not worried about Brogdon. He's like,
the difference.
It's all about Tatum, man. They don't even need that dude.
The difference he's talked about is that he saw how defenses play him in the playoffs. Now he knows, like at that level, what it's going to take. Regular season, it's just a little bit easier for him now.
But for the most part, you think about it, defense played him hard throughout the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he didn't have easy defense, but he outscored. He just met a guy in Andrew Wiggins who was just as athletic as he was. And I think that kind of turned the corner a little bit. Mm-hmm. He'll have to find a way to beat that guy.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get double teams, if you're gonna get taken off the ball, you gotta find other ways to do it. He's screening more. I never used to see him screen. He's passing the ball like a point guard. And those are the guys that impact the game at the highest level. Giannis, LeBron, your former teammate in the 80s. Like you got to be able to make plays. You can't just try to score on your own. These guys who do it all on their own, Luka Doncic, LeBron to some degree, James Harden, I don't think that's a winning style anymore. You got to be able to bring a team together.
Maybe it's not a winning style, but I don't think you could do it over a full season.
An 82 games,
and that you control the ball the way they do. The new NBA now is about zipping the ball around. There was one time when Tatum would be dribble, trying to get open. He's much more decisive about getting towards the basket, making a quick move. Jalen sometimes, same way. But then sometimes Jalen gets a little squirrely with that handle. That you just want to. And I'm telling you who's really played well this year, and it's going to be understated, has been Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart has been,
What did he tell you on the elevator, Max? Trust the point guard.
He just said, he told me that time, when they start playing well, I said, you're playing well right now. He looked at me and said, that's what happens when you put the ball in your damn point guard's hand.
He's been great. Brogdon's been great. And credit to the coach. He's putting the ball in those guys' hands. So Tatum and Brown aren't getting this enormous pressure off the ball. They're getting up the floor and finishing layups in transition. I love this offense. They're number one. They look so dynamic. This is a fun team to watch.
Is Hauser still something that we're going to talk about for the remainder of the year or not?
I think so, but we'll pick up that conversation next week or down the road. To answer your question though, this is for real. This isn't a fluke. This isn't like a 1 month thing where he goes off and he starts to dwindle down. Like I think he's a legitimate weapon for this offense, especially for the second unit that's been dying for a guy like this, right?
He's 43% for his life from three. So it's translating, and now 50% in the NBA. It's unreal. One of the best pure shooters I've seen coming up.
And he just looks so confident out there, right? Like he looks like he's been playing NBA for 2-3 seasons.
Can Al keep going the way he's going? Because they did give Al a break the other day.
Yeah, I think that helps.
The game.
I think that helps.
I think they're going. That's the thing that. And
Resting.
what we're not talking about right now is we haven't talked about Rob Williams.
Yeah.
And Rob Williams is the guy who has to come back in the fold. And I think that.
See how we can do like 7 episodes in one sitting?
Yeah.
Max just goes all over the place.
Let's just shoot it around.
No, it's not a bad thing. It's good.
Oh, it looks like you have to bring me back.
I know, especially when we're in person. I feel like it just flows naturally, and we can just be here for hours.
But you think about Rob. Rob is that guy that right now, everybody's like, oh my God, bring Rob back. And we haven't talked about him in a while because the team has been playing well. Now, when they got out rebounded, they played somebody. Oh, the Chicago game. In Chicago, they got out rebounded by 15 or 16. Yeah. I think people were clamoring at that time because they went up by 15 in Chicago. But then they came back and they won some nice games here. And
that's what happens when Vucevic is playing against the
So
Celtics.
it's really
happens every time.
It's really cool. You talk about subject matter, and we'll be quick here, but subject matter is also our good buddy Danny Ainge. What's happened to him out there?
That team. I'll be up late night throwing on the league pass.
How funny is the situation, though? How funny is it? He's sitting there like looking at the team.
Danny,
like, do you not know the biggest prospect is LeBron James is on deck? You guys are doing this to me right now?
That look that Danny gave, somebody had scored like Marketing or something. Danny was like,
we're
here talking about Kyrie and in Utah, these weird neon jerseys. They're 9-3. They're scoring 140 points against the Lakers. Kelly Olynyk's making crunch time passes.
Right.
They're so fun to watch.
But they're fun to watch. But someone also said they were young too.
And who's coaching them?
They have a bunch.
No, he's young too.
Yeah, so they have
youngest coach in the NBA.
They have a bunch of young players out there who haven't seen that limelight in a while. And you think about even Marketing, who is out there. He didn't have a lot of mileage on him because people stopped believing him in Chicago. And I talked to Randy Brown. Randy Brown, who was the assistant coach out there in Chicago when he was out there. And he said, oh my God, this kid's going to be unreal. He's, Marketing can do this, he can do that. And then all of a sudden, it just shows you how you can fall out of favor. Kind of like Mac Jones right now. Just fall out of favor. Did I step on your toes? I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Not my toes, but maybe Mac Jones' proverbial toes.
I'm sorry.
Just throw him